Good morning. Let's play some chess. 50 minutes, 10 seconds increment. Let's see who we are facing today. And we are facing Caro from Iran. And we have the black pieces. Oh, and we have again a d4, d5, same as yesterday. And he brings the knight out. Well, let's do the same here. And okay, I was expecting maybe a sort of a London system, but we are not. I think I will try to develop the bishop and then get my pieces out like that. Just try to develop here. Here we go. H3. Now what's the point of that? Maybe he's afraid I'm going to pin that knight. Oh, I can understand. That is something I could have done, and now I can't anymore. So that's maybe a good prophylactic move. Now the knight comes out. Do I need to worry about this move? No, not really. I'm in between c5 right away, or get that bishop out and castle. Now if I get that bishop out, he can attack me like that, which is actually that is annoying. So with that in mind, I think bishop e6 is a little modest, but at least I avoid that knight attack. I can also play c6 first, but I want to preserve that. I'm going here. I'm going to play it slow. Castle, and then play c5. Well, now I need to think about my bishop here, because in this move I don't have that anymore. I can make a Luft for the bishop, and then on that move, yeah, well, I can just take that. Yeah, I think something like that. Sure. Very solid play by my opponent so far. It's just a solid setup. There is nothing wrong with that. Okay, so the knight hops in. I can try to undermine that knight, but first I want to play that, and then here, something like that. So I think we just castle here. The knight is annoying here. Maybe he's going to cement it in. Ooh, that would be super annoying, actually, if my opponent plays like that. Nope. Poof. Ooh. What is this? Wow. Okay. Sure. can go with the bishop in. Maybe here. I can also bring the bishop back and preserve that for the knight. Well, it's quite obvious what my opponent wants to do. He wants to push forward. That is the idea. Now, do we mind? But it is a free pawn. Well, if I go there, he moves the rook. I would assume. Well, what do I do with the knight then? Huh? Well, I can. There are some threats here. But if I go here, he can actually also play that. That's a lot of tempos on my bishop. And that I don't want to allow. So with that in mind, I just go back. And what we need to do is we need to strike in the center here. And let's try to open things up. Because I'm castled and he is not. And he is still a couple of moves away. This is a very aggressive style for my opponents. But now he weakened that. He weakened that. If he pushes again, I will hop the knight in. And then I'm threatening a nasty check here. Yeah. Also, this pawn is also under attack, only protected by the queen now. Okay, so he starts pushing the pawns there. Well, what we need to do is we need to get rid of that knight. That knight is quite annoying. So let's try to do that. And then I can actually take that pawn with check, which is nice. Yeah, that pawn is hanging. I can also just throw in a capture. I can always do that. So he takes the knight. I can throw this in. Yeah, let's throw in the check. Then recapture the knight. And then start to open up the things. And then we have to see how we proceed this, because my bishop is only being protected by the queen. So that's a construction I don't love as much. I always need to be careful. I cannot move this queen anywhere I want, because then I will lose the bishop. Okay, we are up a pawn. Well, being up a pawn is not the end of the world. It's pretty solid. Now let's see. Queen goes there. He will lose a queen. So probably that is not what he wants to do. I'm not sure what my opponent is thinking now. Okay, he just continues with the attack. Now I can actually take. If the queen takes, I can take another pawn. That is what I can do. Probably I need to do that. What other moves do I have? Well, there's only one problem with that move, and it helps my opponents. What's it called? Activate their pieces. Now I can bring the bishop back, get some tempo on the queen, so the queen has to move again. And then I can maybe bring my knight in, aim for that square. Which is not that bad at all, I think. So here, here, here. Well, what if the queen goes, I don't know, here or here? Then what do I do? Well, also that pawn is also hanging, by the way. So yeah, let's take that pawn. And let's see how he recaptures. I don't think my opponent is going to take with the e-pawn. That's well, he absolutely can. I can't see why not, but it just doesn't seem right. Now that's also a crafty idea. Wow. I really wasn't expecting that. Wow. Okay. How to continue? Well, I think I need some pieces back. I can also centralize the rook, try to open it up, maybe even sacrifice here. Is my opponent insist on pushing? Maybe. Can also bring the bishop back, just put some pressure on the pawn. But that seems too slow. I can attack this pawn, but that's protected. I think bring the rook over here. Makes sense. Because the king is on the other side. And I want to shred it all open. It's just yeah, let's bring the rook over. it still can become dangerous here. Eh? Let's say here, takes, I don't know, takes. Oh, nothing of that is going to happen. Do I push? Can I do that? Or do I want to get my knight in a better position? I want to have my knight here, but then I will lose the bishop. I don't want to lose the bishop. So oh man, how do I do this? This is the question. How do I do this? Because the king can just move, and then here I will have to say goodbye to my horsey. And I don't want to say goodbye to my horsey. Now, there is an also, what if I go here and he takes like that? Maybe getting the queen in and then push. And then here I can actually sacrifice because then takes. Oh no, I cannot deliver that check. Of course not. No, that's not possible. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's actually also bring the other rook, because if the knight moves, we have some pressure on that pawn in the distance. I like that move. I like that move because we are going to sacrifice this pawn. We are going to try to sacrifice that pawn. Because if takes, I come in with check, which is good. I don't know why, but it feels good. Yeah. Solid plan. Let's try to do that. Oh no, my pawn. Yep, so we come in with check. And that's a nasty check because he has to block. Well, he doesn't have to. He can also run the king. But yeah, now my attack is coming in. Let me see, how do we do this? How do we do this? My rook is protected by the bishop, so I cannot just lazily do random stuff. Now the problem that I have is that his bishops are doing an excellent job in keeping him safe. So it's not going to be easy to break through here. Now I think getting the knight involved, it's a good time to do that. Let me see, what is my opponent going to do? I'm not sure, but I like that. Activating the knight, it's not doing anything here. We need to be cautious. We need to be cautious here because a move like that disconnects my pieces. So what if that happens here, here? Then in that case, I need to take that pawn to save the rook. That is my escape square. Okay, good enough. Bishop, queen, rook, bishop. That is sketchy. I'm not loving the construction. That would be a very, very strong prophylactic move. Very, very strong. And he finds it. Kudos. Kudos for him. That's that's a good move. Let's attack the knight. Because the knight doesn't have a lot of squares to go to. And then probably I'm going here to attack some stuff. Or do I bring the rook back? And the knight is actually trapped, right? The knight has no way, no place to go. And I don't see a good way to break through this king thing. I can just pick up a piece here. And I'm already up a pawn, so that's good. Now, I don't see a good defense for that knight. So we're just going to take and then bring the rook back to the open file. We can always go back. We can always go back. Yeah, I'm not going to take the rook. That's something I'm not intending to. So let's take the knight. And also at some point we want the bishop back so I can actually use my queen for something else. Maybe I can even go here. But now my bishop is going to be a target here. That's... he goes back with the bishop. Well, trade pieces. Do we want to trade bishops? Sure. We can trade bishops. Now get a piece to the open file. If he takes is fine, then I'm also pressuring the f4 pawn. Now he still has some attacking options. It's not over. But I think my king can hide and run away if necessary. Yeah, so he's really, how do you say that? He really wants the attack to succeed. That's what he wants. Now let's take. Queen takes. Let's offer a queen trade. I mean, why not? We are up a piece, so trading is good for us. He is not willing to, but I'm going to force the issue. This is super annoying. Now you have to take. He doesn't have to take. But okay, he is. Now my knight can come in. Do I want that, or do I want my rook to come in? Well, we can trade more pieces. It's really not nice of me, but I can give a check. He goes there, then I will pick up this pawn. I can also try to hold on to the pawn just for a couple more seconds. If the rook comes to the open file, I can meet him because my knight is covering. Of course, takes. Okay, so here we go. Now my rook can infiltrate. Oh wow, he just takes. Okay. Well, let's activate the king. And we can we blockade everything? Yes. King cannot enter here. He actually has to go back. Then I can pick up this pawn. And my king can walk over and pick up the other pawn as well. And I can actually also just go here. And win with these pawns. These pawns are so strong. This is resignable. But my opponent wants to play this out. Which I don't blame him. I mean, there could be stalemate options. For instance, if I make the wrong decision here, there could be a stalemate, but there isn't. Now I'm queening. Like so. And it's actually checkmate. Okay, that was not on purpose. The checkmate was a little accident, a happy little accident. Okay, that was an interesting game because the attack was actually a little bit scary in the beginning because I was castled and he wasn't, so maybe I committed too early to castling, but nonetheless, good game. Let's see the analysis, and I really have to go. I have no time left. We played actually pretty well, 92.6. Yeah, that's pretty good. 80.7, that's also actually pretty high. Okay, so these are all book moves. And I think I played a sort of a London system with black. Looks like it a little bit. This was a little bit passive. Okay, this is actually all fine. Okay, so I made the right decision there. I'm glad to see that. That's good. That's good. Yeah, that was okay. So also that in-between move was excellent. Opening up the center. Computer didn't like that, but oh yeah, that was nice. That worked out very well. Um, Here, yep, and now he got his knight trapped. Best move, nice. Take. Yeah, and then he offered a lot of trades, and yeah, I'm down for trades, especially when I'm up. This was a little bit of mean of me, but and here I forced the issue. Yep, and we hold on to the pawn, and he also traded rooks. Takes, takes, and then we blockaded the pawns. And I think the conversion was clean. Yep. All right. And a nice accidental checkmate. All right. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I hope I will see you back tomorrow for a new game.